And welcome back. Now we continue getting reaction now to the business sector following last night's announcement of that stimulus package by President Cyril Ramaphosa. Let's catch up with the Black Business Council's Chief Executive Officer, Kganki Matabane, who joins us via Skype. Thanks for your time this morning, Kganki.
Thank you very much for having us. Good morning.
So what's the Black Business Council's overall reaction to the stimulus package?
President Ramaphosa is displaying great and bold leadership during the most difficult and unprecedented period in our history. And as you have seen, the impact of COVID-19 and the lockdown that followed has been devastating for business, for all in the country, but also in particular for small businesses. Small businesses have actually suffered the most during this difficult time. And the SARB, the Reserve Bank, has come to the party by reducing the lending rate by 200 basis points. And the country has been waiting for last night. It's been waiting for a true stimulus package. And the president's response has been excellent. He came to the party by announcing this stimulus package of 500 billion. And amongst other things that he has announced is the 100 billion to be set aside to protect jobs and create jobs. This is very, very important, as you may know. The country has been bleeding jobs even before COVID-19 came into place. We've been having rising unemployment. We've been having a rising inequality and poverty. And the downgrade that also happened during the COVID-19 process also did not help the situation at all. So we welcome the bold move by the president.
Kganki, let's just speak to reality now. With regard to that 100 billion rand that is set aside for job protection and job creation, how exactly is that working at the moment already in terms of the relief that was previously announced for small, medium and micro enterprises? Because yesterday, Statistics South Africa actually released a report stating that they did a quick survey with about 700 companies responding to it. And of those respondents, 4 out of 10, that's 40% of companies, have indicated that they may not be able to stay afloat post COVID-19. So where is that relief? And have you done any sort of assessment in terms of who has been able to access that?
Yes, what we have done, we had an engagement with the president through NetLeg. And then we raised the issue of the insufficiency of the 500 million that was announced previously. And because this is unprecedented, there's never happened before, the systems that we have in the country were not ready. Hence, we've been having challenges with our members applying for this without getting it. So we're glad that the president did listen to us and then announced an additional 2 billion that will then support spaza shops and SMMEs. We also engaged with him again to raise the issue of localization, to say, let's not waste the crisis that is happening. Let's make sure that we have enough medical supplies in the future, because currently we don't have, because we are depending on other countries, specifically China and India. So we need to utilize this period to do a proper introspection and then come up with a proper plan that will localize production of medical supplies like testing equipment, simple things like masks. We don't produce them in South Africa. For example, we were the biggest consumer of ARVs. ARVs are the tablets that are helping people with HIV. We have like 5 million people who are on HIV, on ARV, but we are not manufacturing that in the country. So we need to utilize this period and localize and reindustrialize the country.
And that, of course, Kganki, speaks to opportunities. What for you are some of the blind spots, some of the shortcomings as we stand right now as a country facing this pandemic? We seem to have lost Kganki there. Our apologies for that. But of course, Kganki just giving us a perspective from a business side in terms of their reaction to that stimulus package that was announced. I believe we have Kganki back. Kganki, I was just talking to some of the shortcomings, some of the blind spots in all of this, because one of the things that comes to mind is, of course, as we've seen in situations such as providing housing to South Africans with NSFAS and, of course, funding higher education, it's the missing middle that once again seems to be struggling here, because they are the ones who seem to be struggling to access relief.
Yes, I think in particular the people who have been affected negatively are the self-employed. You realize that if you are not working for a particular company, you're working for yourself. It's extremely difficult. When the lockdown happens, it means you lose 100% of the income. One of our member organizations, which is Santaco, also lost income, because once you say the taxis are not moving, it means they cannot get passengers, they cannot make money. People who were selling at the taxi rank, who were selling food and other goods, also lost a lot of income. But I think what has happened, this period has taught us that South Africa can come together as a country, can come together in solidarity, both business, labor, civil society and government, and can actually tackle something that is unprecedented. And if we can keep the spirit that we've been keeping now, that we've been working with now, I think the country can go far.
Oh, Kganki, thanks so much. We'll leave it there for this morning. And Kganki, of course, giving us a reaction from the Black Business Council. He's the Chief Executive Officer there. And this is their response to President Cyril Ramaphosa's announcement of an historic 500 billion rand stimulus package to assist with the relief efforts after this COVID-19 pandemic. So let's take a quick break, and we still have sport to come, and of course more interviews as we try to unpack and understand how to move forward from here on in.